In the last century, Fulbe horsemen rode down from the far ends of the Sahara. During their conquest, they reduced the peoples of North Cameroon to slavery. Then, as they found shelter behind their walls, the Fulbe built their empire. Today, none of this remains except for a sultanate ruled by a monarch, the Lamido of Rey Bouba. In his huge fortress with walls 15 feet thick, the Lamido leads a secluded life, surrounded by women, eunuchs, and slaves. Locked in a small room, invisible to his subjects, he can observe his village without being seen. Musicians gather in front of the palace. With drums and horns, they celebrate the merits of the absolute monarch. Watched by the Lamido's guards, the slow procession of women slaves carrying burdens never ends. It is thus that food, water, presents, harvest, and taxes are accumulated in the palace. In front of the palace, noblemen shout their gratitude to the Lamido. They say, "Our Father who gives us everything, who gives us food, who gives us clothes, blessed be thy name by Allah for eternity." For 1 month, every late afternoon during Ramadan, the period of fasting, the Lamido sends his slave wives to lay out the food that he will distribute to his subjects after sunset. After fasting is over, the Lamido's power and prestige reach their peak. Once a year, the Lamido comes out from behind his walls, protected by an army of shields. But his face remains invisible to his subjects. The people throughout the territory of Rey Bouba rush in front of the palace to proclaim fidelity to the Lamido. One by one, the district delegations pay him tribute. Thus, away from the roads, an absolute monarchy is maintained, based on the mysterious and impenetrable distance that he has been able to impose between himself and his subjects. An absolute power based on one simple principle of exchange. I will give you security and whatever you need, but you will be my slave. The paradox of this absolute power, hidden behind the high walls of Rey Bouba, is that the ruler himself is locked up by his duty.